Hello and welcome. This will be a reading for Libra for April 2023. Welcome to the table, Libra. I have pre-shuffled the cards, but I will shuffle them again for you. I'll be using a 10-card spread. So there'll be 5 cards along the top row, 5 cards along the bottom row. I'll be talking about those cards as they come out, and then I will overlay them with a second deck of cards and talk about those as well, and try and pull the reading together for you to see where the energies may be coming towards you in April and what sort of things you may expect to come across in your cycles as we move through. Oh, we've got a little spider walking there. Okay, I'll just leave him there. He's good. He's obviously meant to be there. Part of the cosmic web. So we'll leave him to create his own little web. All right. Flowers, I did think I said the flowers are from my garden, and the crystals have been in their salt bath. So I do hope you enjoy the energy that they bring to the table. Let's start the reading. So we've got the Sun in reverse. 7 of Cups, oh, lovely little coffee cups. 7 of Pentacles, the Devil in reverse, and the 4 of Swords. On the bottom row, 4 of Swords in reverse. So bottom row, we've got the 4 of Pentacles in the upright position, 5 of Wands in the upright position, 8 of Pentacles in the upright position, 2 of Pentacles in the upright position. Oh dear, one of my stickers coming off. Oh dear. I'm just going to have to stick that back down for just a moment. I'll deal with that later. YouTube doesn't like nudity, so we've got to keep that covered. Okay, and the bottom of the deck, I'll show you and we'll have a look. Okay, we've got the Star. Lovely card. Beautiful energy. Okay, got the Sun in reverse. So the Sun in its aspect, even in reverse, is a beautiful energy. So standing in the light, happiness, success, joyousness, can be the birth of a child. So perhaps there's someone having a child. It might be delayed by a little bit, a few days perhaps, rather than on the expected date. Sunshine on the table here is always a good aspect, even in reverse. So there just might be some delays in reaching that state of joy and happiness and contentment. 7 of Cups. This can be wishful thinking. It can be procrastination. It can be just being totally undecided. It can also be a little bit unrealistic. It can also mean that you're daydreaming or having too many fantasies. Perhaps not having your feet completely on the ground. And it could also be that perhaps you're watching too much tarot, watching too many coffee cup readings, perhaps spending too much time in psychic investigation. That is also something that's coming to me there. It's almost like the coffee cups are forming the tree of life there, and it's almost like this is becoming a way of life for you. So let's just put it that way. Perhaps this investigation or tarot readings or psychic things, perhaps that's becoming something of interest to you that is perhaps filling up your life rather than actually becoming the whole tree of your life, because this is not a perfectly formed image of a tree, but that little bit of a feeling that it's taking up a considerable amount of your time, perhaps maybe too much time, but that's up to you to decide. Here we've got the 7 of Pentacles, so something quite a little bit out of your grasp. Normally the 7 of Pentacles would be about pausing to stop and look at what you've achieved, the hard work that you've put in, the money that you've earned, perhaps taking a little bit of a break. And this could be chasing after money in a different way. So perhaps you've decided, perhaps you've already done this little bit of pausing, and perhaps you're going to chase some other way of making some money. So that could be a situation where it may be a little bit elusive. Sometimes people say, don't follow your dreams, and this is what I'm getting with this card. If there is something that you want to do that makes you want to follow your dreams and you hope that it will pay off, I guess we'll look at the rest of the reading to decide whether it's worth chasing those dreams, because they may not, it may not be that the money comes within your grasp. I'll put it like that. Here we've got the Devil. And interesting, in this particular card, I'm getting, it's Devil in reverse. And it's this depiction. Can you see the big square block? It's making me feel like a sort of a stubbornness to let go of something, or a stubbornness and a refusal to look at something, or a stubbornness to change a situation, because usually the Devil is about releasing things that are holding you down or holding you back. As you can see, the Devil here is leaning on their heads. So something that's holding you back. And to me, this feels like a resistance on your part, Libra, to let go of something that's holding you back. Maybe you're being a little bit blockish and refusing to move. And perhaps you don't really want to look at the shadows that you're casting. And we all cast shadows. We all have a shadow side of ourselves. And they're the bits of ourselves that we don't really like. And actually, nobody really likes to look at them because, and that's me included, by the way, looking at the aspects of your personality that are not your best, we do try and always show the best side of ourselves. So this can be a resistance to look at the things that need to change in your lifestyle. Here we've got the Four of Swords. Four of Swords, perhaps being a little bit blue, a little bit under the weather, a little bit depressed, perhaps still needing some time to heal. As you can see here, they've got painted the layers of the aura around the body. They're not very vital in this case, so maybe your vitality is a little bit low. Because the aura drawn here has got a little bit of energy around the outside, but not much is sparking and not much is fluorescing and not much is actually shining. So if you're not feeling in your power and you're not feeling strong, or if you're feeling under attack, then perhaps you need to rest. For those of you who meditate or pray or do your spiritual practices, I suggest you keep up your spiritual practices, because if you're feeling like you're under attack, you may need to put up your defenses and give yourself the space to recover and repel any defenses that are taking part on you. And I think perhaps this might be a very good time for people, if you're interested in praying and meditating and doing your spiritual work. I think it's a very strong indication here that we need to keep that up. And I'm immediately drawn here to the Star, because the Star would normally allow you to shine. And the fact here that the aura is not drawn with any vibrancy or vitality, it almost feels like maybe the alignment is not quite right at the moment. And you can see here the swords have got you in the crosshairs. So maybe things are not quite aligned right. Maybe we just need to shift the energy a little bit further along. Maybe the stars are not quite aligned. I'll put it that way, because normally that card would allow you to shine. As you can see here, the whole cosmos then becomes yours, and you're pulling that divine energy into yourself and allowing yourself to shine. But it could be that there's some form of attack, or you feel like there's some sort of form of attack, and that can be any kind of attack. So I would suggest that you work on your health. Could be your mental health as well. Make sure you're doing positive thinking, that you keep reinforcing that you are a wonderful person and that you are a divine being and that you're here to shine. It's very hard sometimes, and it looks here, as I said, it's right next to this devil energy. So, and the devil, this block here has four sides. You've got four swords there, so it's like this. You feel a little bit like you're boxed in. I think you're boxed in, and that could be your mind boxing you in and sort of attacking yourself. But it also could be other people attacking you, because sometimes people send you bad energy, and that can hold you down. So you do need to do here. These two cards together is telling me to keep up your spiritual work if you're doing spiritual work, and you may need to put in a little bit of extra effort, because it does look like this is not the best energy at the moment. So that's in April. And you may need to do that on behalf of the cosmos as well. For those of you who are interested in this spiritual side of things, perhaps you are here working on this aspect for the benefit of the cosmos, because there are people in the world who can't pray, and there are people in the world who can't understand that the cosmos brings us bounty and abundance and beauty, and it feels fairly oppressive at the moment. So there are some people who just can't do that. So if you have got the strength to do it for yourself, but if you sometimes are feeling that you can't do it for yourself, perhaps you can do it for the benefit of others and benefit of the cosmos as a whole. It's like all of us contributing to climate. You know, what can we do on it for our part to make this planet a better place? Four of Pentacles, again, this is this sort of static energy. The child here is playing with the pentacles on the beach, has no sense of what these pentacles are worth or the hard work that's gone into achieving them. They're just enjoying the pentacles as a shiny object, something to decorate their sandcastle, and just using that money to be joyful and happy. And perhaps you're not using your money to be joyful and happy. Perhaps you need some more carefree days out in the sunshine. Perhaps you need to just let the money loose a little bit. You know, it just kind of depends, I guess. You know, this is normally considered the miser's card, but in this case, as you can see, it's more here that the child doesn't really have any sense of what that money is worth, but she's also sees no storms on the horizon. So, you know, there are no storms on the horizon. Perhaps you can just spend a little bit of money to have some good times. It looks like you're going to be on the receiving end of some sort of protest. Now, I don't know whether you're protesting or whether you are surrounded by people who are protesting, and that can be people just objecting to everyday things. Some people just put up a little bit of a barrier, or, you know, you could make a statement like, I think I'll go to the shops at 3 o'clock today. Oh no, that's not a good idea. I think you should go this morning. That's almost like a little protest. So some of these things can be big protests, but they can also be little protests. So whether you're just up against some niggling, some people sort of niggling at you, and just sort of, and that puts you out of balance a little bit sometimes when you've got this sort of protesting going on around you. It feels sort of always like people are always attacking you, but it may be maybe the placards are bigger than the actual statement they're making. Do you know what I mean? Maybe people are making more of a fuss than the actual problem that they're talking about. That's kind of what I'm trying to say, and that can have an impact on you. Okay, here we've got the Eight of Pentacles, so something you've worked hard at. As you can see, this is a beaver brook. He's worked very hard there to build his little lodge and to make sure he's got the water flowing just at the right speed for him. And I'm talking he, she, they, them, gender neutral in the cards. So the little beaver has built himself a lodge there. He can hunt in that little lodge. He feels safe in that little lodge. He's worked hard. He's put in an enormous amount of effort. With great satisfaction now he has this beautiful lodge. His water is clean and filtered. He has a safe place to hide and a safe place to live. So, you know, maybe you've put in a lot of effort to build up your security and your finances, but it's interesting that it's right below this Seven of Pentacles. So this is sort of manifestation of long, slow work and a lot of effort, and this is a little bit of pie in the sky. I wish I could. It would be nice to just have money falling out of the sky at me. That doesn't usually happen, but you might be lucky. So are you going to be waiting for the money to fall out of the sky and chase some dream, or are you going to continue with the hard work that is traditional, because this is a number 8, so traditional hard work? So I guess there's going to be this question here in April of you looking at what it is you want to do. Okay, got the Two of Pentacles. Oh, there we are. That's with her sticker. I better press her down. Two of Pentacles. This is juggling the money, and see here, look, she's reaching up into the sky again. So this is the foundation of standing on the star perhaps pulling down the money out of the sky. Perhaps you are going to be a star. Perhaps you are going to shine. And in which case the money is coming with it because you're standing on the star. So some sort of sense of juggling the money. But anything is possible. She's standing there in a cosmic lemniscate. Okay, as you can see there. She's got the beautiful sparkle of the infinity sign all around her. So anything is possible. And if you are allowing the cosmos to shine down through you, so that'd be like the Temperance card where you're drawing the energy down and allowing yourself to shine, anything may be possible for you. So we're going to be positive here, put a positive spin on this. You will attain your goals if you just juggle long enough and you try hard enough and maybe you dream big enough. And I always say you may as well dream big, because what's the point of dreaming small? Like I said, but be on your guard here, because this could be a medical issue and this could be just a very low aura around you. So make sure that you're strong in yourself and that you have put an aura of protection around yourself. Here is your Nine of Pentacles, independence. So this is working for independence, bringing in the money through your work, through your creativity, having your own self-respect and your dignity, allowing yourself to flower and prosper. Okay, so that's a beautiful energy there. Wonderful, wonderful energy of flowering and prospering. So that's a beautiful outcome. Let's clarify these cards and we'll see how we go. Three of Wands. Ace of Cups, lovely. So overflowing emotions. Okay, that can be. I've just done a reading for Capricorn, and I was talking about how watery everything feels. So it does feel that somehow all our emotions are being brought back to the surface again. So that's rather an interesting thing, and it's almost here. I will mention this because this is an aspect of the Star card. It's almost like while you're filling yourself with the divine being and the divine stars, you're raining out tears. And, you know, that's being purified as you rain out your tears. It's almost like how when you cry your tears, it purifies the hurt, it releases the pain from your body. And this is almost like this cosmic energy inside, almost like the Temperance card, allowing that to flow and allowing that to be released. Let's have a look at the Seven of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles. Oh, that's interesting because this is the lack card. So I'll just keep laying them out first. Knight of Cups in reverse. Two of Swords. Okay. Ten of Swords. No, it doesn't want to come. Some of these cards, they stick fast when they're not the right card. They absolutely, completely stick fast. Five of Cups. Ten of Pentacles. Beautiful energy. Lovely energy. It's interesting you've got Five of Pentacles and Ten of Pentacles. Temperance. Oh, there we were talking about, I was talking about Temperance here. So that's the exact same energy that I was trying to talk about. It's almost like the star is Temperance. It's a similar sort of an energy. Okay, King of Pentacles. Beautiful. And what have we got at the bottom of the deck? I'll show you and then I'll take a look. Okay, King of Cups. Okay, that's exactly, oh, it's really, this is amazing. I was just talking about, so King of Cups in the reverse aspect. So allowing any tears to come. If you're going through a process where in the nighttime, when you're resting quietly, you allow the healing to take place. This is the outpouring of any past hurts, losses, grief, emotions you haven't had time to deal with in your life. Let them out. Let them out. Allow them to flow. This is part of this healing process that goes on with this you know, when you're lifting your vibration to allow yourself to shine, we have to shed things. And when we shed things, emotions come with it. So we do need to just allow those emotions to rise to the surface. Cry if you need to cry. I will start reading because otherwise I'm getting mixed up. Here we go. We've got the Three of Pentacles in the reverse aspect. So Three of Pentacles is about expansion, waiting for your ship to come in. As you can see, there may be some sort of a delay with moving forward. Okay, I'm not quite sure if that's because of your healing. Maybe you need to do a little bit more healing. Maybe the waters need to calm themselves just a little bit more. But this is the card of expansion. Normally a very good and prosperous card to have in your reading. It's on the reverse sun, so your happiness and your expansion perhaps may be a little bit delayed. It does look like we've got this overflowing in emotions. So, and because it's in the reversed aspect, I'm going to say that perhaps maybe some tears need to flow, maybe a little bit more healing needs to take place. Five of Pentacles, feeling like you're alone, lost, a little bit out in the cold, a little bit separated from everybody. You know, there's hope here in this window. And you need to remember also that no season stays the same. The snowflakes are falling here. So sometimes it's winter and it feels cold. Other times the spring comes, we get renewed vitality, renewed energy. We get the joy, and the prospect of summer always fills us with hope. It doesn't stay winter forever. Nothing stays the same forever. So if you're going through a period of maybe reduced financial circumstances or reduced health, or a sense of lack, it won't last forever, because you can see the little branches, the little buds here sprouting. So it doesn't stay the same. Everything eventually starts to grow again. Okay, and when the trees are in their bare aspect, it sometimes feel like they're never going to grow their leaves again, because sometimes the winter can feel long and bleak. So this can feel like a long and bitter winter. I know my own spirit guides told me probably 7 years ago to get ready for a long and bitter winter, and it was a long and bitter winter. So there are times when you do go through a long and bitter winter. Circumstances, sometimes you lose people out of your lives, you can lose your job, some people lose their home, some people lose loved ones. All sorts of things can happen to you, and it can take a while to process all of those things. So if you're going through a long and bitter winter yourself, don't lose hope. It does change after a while, but sometimes it can seem like a long time. Here we've got the Knight of Cups. Again, this is this fishy, watery energy again, allowing that water to flow, because here we've got the King of Cups as well, and you can see it's got the fish on there. My mother used to say to me, don't swim upstream, swim downstream. It's much easier. When you allow things to just happen, when you allow things to release in their own good time, when you go with the flow, life is easier. But my mother considered that I always swam upstream. So this would be the advice probably for you, to go with the flow. Just like my mother used to say to me, go with the flow more, it's much easier, rather than trying to resist the flow. So again, and that applies also to emotions. You know, it's better that you look at your emotions, anything that causes you that loss or grief. If you feel tears prickling up in your eyes, just let them out. Okay, here this cosmic goddess is just allowing her tears to flow. The river of tears, so to speak, and you do have the river of tears card here, and that can be about you know, grief and loss. And you know, if you lose a number of people in your life, sometimes you just keep moving on because life is so busy, you just have to keep going. But later on it can rise back up, and you need to look at it again and reflect on how wonderful those people were in your life and what they brought to you, and also that you're lucky enough to still have your life when those people have already moved on. Now, where was I up to? Two of Swords. This can be a decision. She's got her blindfold on, maybe not wanting to look at something, and again, that's very much this energy of this devil energy. As you can see, these three cards look a little bit alike. I'll just put them there. Hang on, he goes there. So, to a certain extent, they have a little bit of a similar energy, all three. Can you see that sort of crisscross from corner to corner? All three of those cards have that energy of crossing from corner to corner. This can be a blockage, a refusal to look at something, a refusal to change. So that can be there as well. So I don't remember whether they were upright or not. But anyway, it doesn't really matter. I've talked about the energy because it actually feels almost like a blockage, almost like your heart is still blocked. And that could be because you haven't released enough tears. Again, that holding back, when you hold back the pain of past hurts or grief or regrets or remorse or things that just didn't go right in your life, you actually need to just cry that out, let it out, because you can't move forwards while you lock that inside and the blueness stays inside you. Whereas, as you can see here, this is blue energy. The blueness needs to come out. Okay, that's rather interesting. It's also rather interesting. No, I've never seen this before. These cards are so interesting. I love these cards. They're very unusual. Here we've got the Ten of Swords, but can you see there are four here in the middle? Four swords. So here's the Four of Swords. And it's at the beginning of the next row, whereas this is on the end of the last row. So it's this Four of Swords. This is this needing to rest and recover after a painful period. Okay, it's so interesting that there we are, Four of Swords on the end of this row. Right at the beginning of this row, we've got this Ten of Swords again. Now, Librans have had this Ten of Swords card for a long time. So, I think we've been through, I think, you know, Librans have been through quite a lot. The sun is setting on this situation, but perhaps the hurt and pain is still there in your body, needing to let it go, needing to let go of things. And again, I think it's interesting that it's been matched with this card. This is this carefree energy. Perhaps just being childlike, allowing that to come for, and children, if they fall over and hurt their knee, or they fall over in the playground, they just cry. They allow you to cuddle them, and then they cry, and 10 minutes later it's all over. So I think that's probably that childlike energy that needs to be released. Perhaps sometimes we're a little bit too mature. And again, this is the energy, the Five of Cups. You can see he's got himself tightly wrapped in his cloak while he's going through this grief process and this disappointment and this hurt, dejected, rejected, remorseful, regretful, grief. All of it is painful. That's that sense of needing to wrap yourself in something comforting. And it's rather interesting. Normally they show a little bridge here that you need to cross. You need to cross that river of emotion before you can go forward. But that one almost looks like a finish line. So perhaps you're coming to the finish line. Maybe a little bit more grief just to let go. And it's almost here, as you can see at the front of his cloak. You know, it comes up. The energy is drawn down, it comes back up, it flows down again. So maybe you're coming to the end of this. Hopefully, once you've processed all your grief and your pain, you will be able to go forward. I'm hoping that that is a finish line rather than a bridge. That will be very nice because Librans have also had this card quite a lot. Here we've got the Ten of Pentacles right on top of the Eight of Pentacles. So the hard work that you've put in, it does look like you're going to get some reward. Okay, maybe the long and bitter winter will be over soon and the money will start to flow and you'll reap the reward and you will have some times of bounty perhaps and sufficient money to have a more comfortable life with your family. And that is a happy family card as well. It's not just about having the money by yourself. You can see the tree there has leaves on it. This is a time of prosperity and bounty, but it's showing other people and family, you know, pets and children and other people, different generations. So having sufficient money, maybe you've broken a cycle of poverty that may have been in your family. That could be the case too. And here we have this beautiful energy of temperance. This is the most wonderful energy. It's an underrated card, but it is very, very beautiful. It's about healing. It's angelic. It's divine, as you can see. That's implied by the crown there on the long and winding path. It's not a jagged path. It's a winding path, but it's not a jagged path, okay? Tiptoeing softly, making progress, being gentle, being kind, just allowing the water to flow between the cups, from the cosmos down to you, and from you, through your heart chakra, into the world. So that's that beautiful energy of allowing that flow. And here we've got the King of Pentacles on top of the Nine of Pentacles. So it is showing abundance. So it's a wonderful way to end this reading. It's showing abundance and stability. And that's what we need. Hard work. Result of hard work is abundance and stability. So, and that can also be your spiritual hard work that you've done, because he's holding the staff there with the wings on it. So it's not just in the material world, it's also in the spiritual world, receiving spiritual abundance and receiving financial abundance, and wearing the kingly crown, which is beautiful. So Libra, this is a most wonderful reading for you. It's difficult when you're going through this Four of Swords period, and also this Ten of Swords. They're difficult energies to work with, but they build character, they build strength, and you do need to draw on, I do believe it's fantastic if you can draw on cosmic energy, on pulling down from the divine, that divine spiritual energy that reminds you that we are part of the cosmic consciousness, and that we can expect abundance and love and creativity, so, and prosperity. So I do hope you've enjoyed that reading very much, Libra. I know I've enjoyed this reading very much. This has been talking about the cards has just brought me great joy. It just felt like the cards were like an open book today. So I really enjoyed talking about them. I do hope you enjoyed listening. Thank you very much. Bye for now.